Welcome back to Bridgeforth Stadium on the campus of James Madison University, ready for the third quarter of play. The Franklin Broncos on top 28-0, but Burton will get the football first here in this Group A state championship game.
Sense the ball, bring the ball right back up the middle with very little gain there.
Got turned back quickly once he ran into those navy-colored jerseys of Franklin High School. This is the Group A Division I state championship game. And if you're just joining us, you'd look at that scoreboard and see 28-0. But you should know, Burton has moved the football in this game.
They've had two very good drives, but they just haven't gotten anything out of it. The big story so far has been Daniel Babb, 12 rushes for about 267 yards and 3 TDs here in the first half.
It has been the Daniel Babb show. Here on first down for Burton. Quick hitter up the middle, and I believe that's Thacker. And it is Thacker in the first half, 12 carries for 47 yards. So he's more than halfway to the century mark after that play. Picks up about 5 on the first down carry.
Hunt, by the way, had the other lone score for Franklin to bring the total to 28 there with
DeAndre Hunt, 180-pound sophomore. Got 2 carries on that one drive. The second one ended up in the end zone. So here we go, 2nd and 5 for Burton. Trying to get something going here in the second half. Jackson trying to get around that corner, and he is denied.
That was a pretty good string out job right there. Big Daniel Childress sort of kept that thing out. Well, we keep saying his name. He keeps showing up an awful lot, doesn't he?
If it were not for Daniel Babb, I think that Childress might be the MVP of that first half for the Franklin team. If I'm not mistaken, Franklin didn't throw the football in that first half.
They did not. And if I had a 28-point lead like this, I don't think I'd throw it in the second half either.
There you go. And trying to get things in order behind the line of scrimmage. And out of the shotgun now is Stacy. He's back to pass, but here comes the rush. Rolls out the throw. Incomplete, and it was almost picked off again.
Yeah, Childress was right there, made a dive for it. It just looked like it was just a little off his fingertips there to do a whole lot with. But he was in the area, and so was the big number 7 back there, Antonio Stokes, the other big defensive standout for them. So
a 4th down play. Burton pretty deep in their own zone this time, and I think that they are going to punt for the first time in this football game. At least they're going to line up like they're going to. 7 yards to get the first down. You'd imagine they'd kick. Here's a snap. He gets the kick off. A low kick.
Off the side of his foot, but he gets a really good bounce.
Doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be effective, and it goes out of bounds at the 22-yard line. And that is where the Franklin Broncos will start their first drive of the second half. Already on top 28-0. As you mentioned, Dick, what a first half for Daniel Babb. 267 yards.
You know, for a lot of schools, that would be good for just for the whole game, much less for a halftime. This young
267, that's good for 2 games.
You don't see that happen very often.
No, you don't, but here comes, and it is Babb again going over that left side, or right side, but he's brought down this time, and it looks like
Lee Robinson knifed in there somehow and got his feet before he could get started, and that may be the key to stopping Mr. Babb, is to get in there and get him to his feet before he can get it going.
You won't see that often. 133 pounds brings down 230 pounds. It looks like a loss on the play. 2nd down and 12 for the Broncos. Handoff, and it is again.
Hurdles another tackler.
Babb up the middle, and he makes his own running.
Yeah, if there's not a hole there, he's going to try to hurdle over top, spin out or something to get through there. He's really doing a good job.
Seems to be his MO. Just get to the line of scrimmage and leap into the secondary. And he has just been very impressive here this afternoon. His 14th carry of the football game. here they go. It's kind of a pitch out.
Spins, doesn't get a whole lot after the initial hit this time. Got an awful lot of yellow shirts around the football.
And that was Babb again. I thought they pitched it to somebody else.
Stop made by Stidham Stewart.
So the Broncos already on top, 28-0. Trying to get yet another one. This is their opening drive of the second half. They scored 4 touchdowns in the first half, 3 of them by running back Danielle Babb. Here we go. This is going over the left side. This is not
hit
Babb
twice,
this time.
3 times before he's finally stopped.
And that was Marcellus Smallwood, 200 pounds, 6'1", freshman.
Right at the 45-yard line.
6'1", 200. You know, as a freshman, I was half that. I think I was 3'7", 100.
With rocks in our pockets, right? Well, Burton has made some adjustments here so far in this half that's caused a little bit of a problem to the Franklin squad.
Smallwood tries that right side. He doesn't get much. Good pursuit by Burton, and it was Ethan Stewart out on that side making the stop, and it's going to be 2nd down and 9.
Flag on the play. Let's see what happens. While they're trying to decide, they had a lot more success running right straight at them than they did around those corners. I wonder when they're going to go back and try to just straight attack them. Chop block on Franklin.
It's going to be a walk-off, quite a walk-off. Chop block. Still 1st down. It's going to be about, what, 24 yards to get a 1st down?
No problem, right?
Hey, after that first play from their own 7, I'm not putting anything beyond them. There's a quick hitter up the middle and some big yardage.
And if he hadn't fallen down, there was a chance he had that thing out in the open, too. That's a pretty good run there with number 5, Darden.
Darden has had several carries.
You know, it just sort of lulls you to sleep. You start watching Babb, you start chasing Babb, you think he's going to get the ball on every play, and then all of a sudden, they give it to somebody else, and, it's a big surprise, and, they're not that bad at running back either.
2nd and 15. The handoff goes to Babb. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for 2.5, 3. He's up to midfield.
Well, this is going to bring up long yardage now. Let's see, will they throw? We haven't seen a pass yet. Maybe this will be the series.
Well, the second half has also brought us our first punt.
True, very true.
We've seen some firsts. And here we go. It's the handoff to Babb. He's going the right side. He cannot break the tackle this time.
Well, Burton's got to feel good about that. They've come back and played very sound defensively here on this drive so far. They've kept everything sort of bottled up. They got a 4th and 4 here.
Jacob Rose got him by the ankles. And it looks like they're going to go for it.
Midfield, they're going. They got a lot of confidence in their offense.
They've made it to the Burton side of the field and straight up the middle, and Darden's lost the football. And it is going to belong to Burton. Darden trying to back into some extra yardage, coughs up the football, and Burton winds up recovering it.
Well, you got to feel good if you're a rooter for the Burton Raiders right now. Come back out, made the big stop on a pretty potent offense. They got the ball back close midfield here. Good chance to go down and maybe get themselves back into the football game.
First turnover for Franklin. And we'll see how they respond after the turnover. Like you said, a touchdown here. Make you feel good about yourself. Maybe put you back into this game. It's going to be Thacker up the middle, not much.
Cross midfield, barely.
About 1.5 yards or 2 yards.
And there's the little nose guard, little down tackle, whatever you want to call him, Marcus Jones, right underneath that whole stack of people under there.
Second down and about 8. Under center is David Stacy. And Stacy with a misdirection. They give it to Jackson running over that right side.
The right corner again.
And they have found some room over there, and it's been Jackson almost every time over there.
Yeah, that's where they've gotten the majority of the yardage that he's gained is coming around that right side. There, he had a loss on one play, but they've been very successful. They're going to have to hang on to that corner there. They're going to have to stay dominant out there.
Well, they're keeping them guessing, and that's why you have to run those shots up the middle. And it's tough running for Thacker, but it has a purpose. So 3rd and 1, need a yard. There's the handoff, and I think that he's got it.
Yeah, he's well got it. Wow, second effort, great second effort.
Broke some more tackles, and Thacker has it.
He was hit at the line of scrimmage, literally almost, brought to a stop, and then all of a sudden just squirted out of there like a cork out of the bottle and got an extra 5.
Thacker, not a big guy, 5'7", 156.
Yeah, it doesn't compare to looking at he and Babb as the two running backs to carry the ball here tonight, does it?
Do what you can. Different style of running back, kind of that thunder and lightning thing, right?
I guess.
Can't really compare Tiki Barber and Ron Davis.
Ball's loose again.
Ball's on the turf, and I believe Burton has fallen on it. Another play goes awry in the backfield. That's about the 4th time that the ball's wound up on the turf. Burton is yet to turn it over on a fumble, but it certainly does not help keep your drive alive.
Yeah, their only turnover so far has been the pass interception in there by Grant early in the second quarter. But yeah, they've got the bounces so far off the AstroTurf here at JMU's Bridgeport Stadium.
Shoker Field has been nice to them. And there's the handoff, and it's going over on that right side.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
But I think some of that was the disruption in the center of that play.
Yes, he tried to get the handoff and get out to that corner. He bumped into the offensive lineman, then pushed into the backfield by the defensive guy, and he had to sort of slow up, give ground. And boy, when you slow up and give ground against this bunch of blue shirts, you are in trouble.
Yeah, it was that penetration in the middle that slowed him, and he couldn't get to the outside. And as you mentioned, the pursuit that this Franklin team has, when he got out there, Franklin was already out there waiting.
He just swarmed to the ball.
Coleman had no running room. And now it's Coleman. They're going to try the halfback pass. He throws it up for grabs, and it's intercepted. And here comes Franklin the other way. It's picked off by LeVar Garris. And another turnover. LeVar Garris, right place, right time. It just seemed to slip out of the hand of Jay Coleman.
It didn't look like he had his feet planted real good. The old front foot, back foot idea. And that time it looked like he was actually leaning backwards. He threw it off his back foot and never ever got anything on the football. Just sort of threw the floater up there saying, "Hope you catch it, guys." And the wrong color shirt came up with it.
So he threw a pop-up. And here comes Franklin on top 28-0. Looking for more. There's the handoff to Babb as he drags the tackler up to the 40-yard line. So it's going to be about a 2nd down and 3. There's a flag on the play. See if the play stands.
Motion. Franklin coming back. It's going to be 2nd and 15.
Pushing it back in their territory, and now if Burton could force a turnover, they'd be in business. They need something good to happen to them here.
Yeah, if they could get a turnover in a situation like this and get the ball down here close, maybe that'll fire it up enough to get something going. There it is.
And it looked like he fumbled up the middle. Was Babb, and he coughed it up. And it is.
Burton will have a first down just outside the 20. Looks like about the 21, 22-yard line. Let's see how it's spotted.
So there's your good fortune for Burton. Now, can they turn it into points?
On the intercepted pass was just about as good as a punt in this situation, maybe. Just outside the 30, excuse me.
The worst part about that whole exchange was it cost Burton time.
Yeah, that's...
We do have the whole fourth quarter to play and a portion of this third quarter, but you need to make up 4 touchdowns and keep Franklin out. First down play, it's Thacker up the middle, and boy, did he get bent backwards at the end of that play.
He sort of got left by his blockers. Blockers had moved on downfield, and he was still back there struggling to get out of the backfield with that tackler chasing him.
Second down and a long 7. Almost 8.
They have just, this has got to be a very critical series for them. They've got to get some points on the board some way. Even if kicking a field goal or something, they've got to break the shutout idea here.
Now let's see. How predictable are they? They're going to try the right side here. Quarterback keeper on the left side, and there's some trickery.
Yeah, the first time we've seen that play today.
Stacy kept it himself. The misdirection, and that adds another element for the Franklin defense to worry about. They started to pull out some of the stops here.
Well, they're going to have to do something. They need some points on the board. They need to do something here and make them feel successful, gain that confidence. If they can get a score here, make themselves think that they're back in the ball game. You know, you can come back out this next series and do something about it. Here's Stacy under center. Getting close to the red zone. The handoff to Thacker up the middle. He gets caught from behind, but still leans down just inside the 20, depending on the spot. I think they're going to give him the first down. I think he's got enough for the first down.
And I believe you're right. So Burton driving yet again.
Raiders ball first and 10 on the Franklin 20-yard line.
I tell you, they have no points, but this is the most impressive no-point effort I've seen from an offense.
They take the ball and they drive it length of the field and don't get in. They take the ball midfield and take it down close and don't get in. Here they are down there close again. They've got to make something good happen down here sooner or later.
Jackson right side, and he runs into
down to about the 16 or so yard line, gain of about 3.5, 4.
Grant makes the stop. And while you talk about Burton's offense, you do have to certainly credit the Franklin defense. Stiffening when it matters most.
Oh, they just been flying to the football. They're going to make some mistakes with that aggressiveness, but all in all, they have, well, if you get 7 shutouts in your regular season and into the playoffs, you've done some pretty good football playing.
You're right. Stacy, and here he goes, the handoff. What a hit. That was bad.
Oh, my.
Ball carried by Thacker.
Thacker may head back to the huddle and say, can you wait a couple times before you give it to me again?
Marcellus Smallwood, 6'1", 200 pounds. Smallwood at 6'1", 200 pounds.
Jeez. He just got laid out. Here we go. Motion, hands off, up the middle, and Sensaball's got nothing going.
Ball carried by Sensaball.
There's another tackle in the middle of the football field by Maxwell. He's been active as well.
The key thing about these Group A schools, they've got to play a lot of people both ways, and the guys you see playing offense are also the guys on defense and the special teams. The guy that kicks off, he plays kicker. He's also the star defensive backer and that kind of thing. It always makes me feel good watching these kind of games. It's sort of a throwback into the old times when you didn't have the great big schools.
We're done 3 quarters of play, 28-0, Franklin on top. It is the 4th quarter. Burton driving, trying to cut into a 28-0 Franklin lead. Stacy throws. It's intercepted yet again. That's the 3rd pick, and this time it's Craig Grant. He's still on his feet.
That's his 2nd INT of the day, too.
And big yardage after the interception. Craig Grant having a great football game for this Franklin Broncos team. Simply stepped in front of the receiver, made the catch himself, almost like he was the intended receiver.
Yeah, he had great position there. He just waited for the receiver to settle, and he just settled into the throwing lane. Looked like he was boxed in here. We got officials talking over something here about the run back. Must have been a little problem here with the block.
Sure it was a hold or an illegal block.
Something like that.
See how far they set Franklin back, but I don't think it really matters because the Broncos got the turnover.
Yeah, they definitely needed something to happen. A little block below the knees there. Cut block of some kind. I'm glad to see that was one of the rule changes that was much needed in high school sports, not blocking below the waist like that, because those knees of these young players are so important and so vulnerable.
You look at how many of these kids aren't going to play at the next level and just would like to operate as normal human beings after their high school career. There's the handoff, and it's to Babb. He runs left side. He's got a hole. He pushes one guy down. He dances the sidelines. He's still on his feet.
Sidelines again. Got a blocker.
He's across midfield. He's got one guy to beat. He
back, stiff arm.
Oh man, he's going to be in the end zone again. Touchdown, Daniel Babb.
He got the ball at the 5-yard line. They brought the ball back into the backfield to give it to him. He received that ball at the 5-yard line. He went 95 yards down that left sideline again, tiptoeing part of the way for that score. What a super high school run that is.
Can you call them stiff arms or forearm shivers? Because these guys were being tossed aside.
I don't know.
Like they had stepped in front of a car.
We're looking back now to see what's happening, but everybody else is coming down the lineup for the extra point. Don't know what the holdup seems to be here.
The guys with the sticks are still trying to make it up the field. They're not as fast as Daniel Babb. And they are going to call an unsportsmanlike.
Touchdown by Babb is good.
They backed up the extra point now.
And I believe that carry gives Daniel Babb a new state record.
Yeah, the old state record was about 340 yards by Joe Don Langford of Sussex Central back in 2000, and I think you're right. I think that's going to put him right up there above that.
And the kick is no good. They couldn't get it.
35-yard extra point. How about that?
Not enough on it. And it's 34-0 in favor of the Franklin Broncos. The 4th touchdown from Daniel Babb gets it done.
What a super run that was, though. Actually carried that ball 95 yards and left bodies behind in the wake.
That is a great way to describe it. The kick comes down to Jackson. He's going to pitch it back, and he gives it to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh trying to find some room on that right side, and he does get across the 30-yard line.
Ball taken by number 9, Jamil Sensabaugh.
That's got
Chambers, sophomore, covering down there, made the tackle, made the initial hit over on the side.
I can't get over that last run by Babb.
Even our cameraman was a little bit blurred by that.
First and 10 for the Raiders from their own 30-yard line.
Jeez, put that in the highlight package. Send that off to some college recruiters.
Like I say, I hope that young man's going someplace to play because he sure has the ability.
And off, and there's some room on that left side, and this is Sensabaugh, if I'm not mistaken. It is, and he gets some major running room up to about midfield.
Yeah, that was a Good cut there, came inside the block, turned it upfield, and finally was run out of bounds over there, of course, by Craig Grant, who had made the earlier interception, stopped the previous drive.
Burton chewing up some more yardage and gets yet another first down. Their problem has been a couple stalls in the red zone and 3 turnovers.
Yeah, the
3 interceptions.
INTs have not helped them a bit. They managed, been able to hold on to the ball when they fumbled it. They were able to fall on it themselves.
And I think there's going to be motion.
I don't know whether it's motion or somebody line up offsides.
See what they say, but the referee. Wow.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Lined
looked
up,
like 51.
lined up in the neutral
was
zone.
lined up in the neutral zone. It looked like he had his head clear across the football.
I don't know why I like that terminology. Lined up in the neutral zone.
He doesn't need a head start. He's 265, 6'2", 265. Moving back off the ball. Give him a running start at him when it's snapped.
Here we go, 1st and 5 for Burton, and
There he goes again.
I think that now it's going to go the 5 yards the other way, and
Yeah, I think the big boy over on the right side moved that time.
David Stacy barked down the line and pointed to his head. Come on, guys. Let's not make it harder on ourselves, because Franklin has not given us any help. Since that one drive when they assisted them on that 3rd and 11 play, Franklin has done very little to help the squad on the other side.
You look at the scoreboard and you can see without too much doubt here, but I think they have played a pretty complete ball game here on both sides of the football. The offense and the defense have really done an outstanding job. Burton's not a bad football team.
No, not at all. And trying that right side and not finding much room is Coleman.
And there's Chambers again, the sophomore. Yeah, he flies to the ball pretty daggone good too. He's a sophomore. You know, you look at these kids that are playing out here for Franklin, you see sophomores and juniors, and you figure, yeah, next year they're going to be juniors and seniors. This bunch here's got they got a great chance of coming back to this thing again another year.
Well, I feel for the coaches in the Tri-Rivers district, because they're going to have to deal with this football team for some time to come. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for Burton. Hands off. No one was there, and I think that there was a
the motion man ran into the wing back coming back for the football, and
Stacy wheeled and spun to hand off, and nobody was there, and he kind of had to run himself, and miraculously picked up a yard. He's coming to the sideline, and he's just, Coach, this is one of those days I just want to end.
That's not a good thing to say.
It just has not been the perfect afternoon. And I'm sure that this was not the way at all that these kids from Burton High School imagined today would go. 3rd and 9.
When they rolled into Harrisonburg Day, I'm sure they felt like they had a pretty good shot at
from the shotgun throw down the middle.
Great throw, good catch.
Good catch by Sensabaugh, and that was a laser to Sensabaugh. Strong throw, and by far the best throw from David Stacy this afternoon.
Well, isn't that the first completed pass? He's completed a couple of them to the Franklin team, but has he completed any to his bunch?
This was the first completion over the line of scrimmage.
Oh, okay.
He's thrown some of those swing passes.
He did have the swing pass, that's sure.
But that was a pretty pass. It didn't have the air under it that some of the other balls did.
He put pretty good steam on that. That was a good throw. That was the front foot throw.
So here's Burton again, driving into Franklin territory. The quick give to Thacker. He runs up the middle. He's got some room. He's going left side and drives inside the 10-yard line.
And the tackle made down there at the 10.
Thacker doing some nice running up the middle.
Carlos Lawrence, number 10 for Franklin, made the stop there.
Ravens ball, 1st and 10. Franklin, 14-yard line.
Here come the Raiders of Burton, trying to crack the scoreboard. Let's get something here in Harrisonburg. 1st and 10 play. Looking for pay dirt. Stacy under center. The give is to Thacker. He spins down.
Fell right on the back of a lineman block there. I hope he's, yeah, he looks like he's getting up okay. Those are kind of things that happen to you, and you lose that offensive lineman in there from, looks like Franklin has made a wholesale substitution here. Looks like they're going to get some extra people back in the game.
Get some kids into this football game that.
Well, a lot of those came back in right there that time, though, were starters. So I guess maybe they're just trying to mix and match it, give a chance to everybody to play.